little of Tzadok on Parsha Netzavim. Maybe a little on Rosh Hashana also. So in a Parsha we find, it says, Ki korav elecha hadavar moed b'fichol v'avkol ha'soisoi. This thing is very close to you, in your mouth and your heart to do. It's not in the Shamayim, it's not in the heavens, and Rav Nosson explains, and we'll just sort of skip back to what Rav Nosson says about this. He says, listen, if it was, you'd have to do it, Chazal says, how you do in the heavens. They didn't have rockets. He said, the heavens means you have to really work, you to kill yourself, do everything you can, no matter what, like, as if you were climbing the heavens. He said, no, do what you can. You don't have to overdo it. It has to be incredible. It's kedai if you can do this. It's just nefesh, wonderful, but that's not what you have to do. You do what you can, and make sure you're trying to increase whatever you can do and holding strong in what you can do, and doing it. So it's very close to you. So Tzadok says, how is it close to you? You think you can learn the Torah and do the mitzvahs without serious toil? You have to speak, your heart, actions. It's not so easy. You know, the story, again, he says a story about the person, people say, I'm a good Jew in my heart. He says, oh, are you? Really? This is a guy, his wife asking him to do a grocery list. He says, please, when you come home, get to the grocery. She's having a hard time, she can't get out, whatever it is. Comes home, and he says, oh, hi, honey, I love you so much. He said, did you get the grocery? He's like, nah. He didn't forget. He's like, yeah. Does he love her so much? I love you in my heart, honey. It's like, that's not going to go over very well. Because, you know, it's all very nice, but if you love, there has to be something that shows that love. You can't not do what the person wants. Say, oh, I love someone. You don't love what you love. There's another mashal, also the same mashal about same type of mashal about. He says, you guys in the army, so I love my country. I enlist in the army, and then every order he just doesn't do it. It's like you're not going to be a very successful soldier that way. It's like you don't really love your country. Okay, you're not. You know what I mean? There's something wrong with you, or you have a problem. So the person can't. But if you can, why aren't you doing? He says, you say you're a good Jew in your heart. You're not a good Jew in your heart. You want to be a good Jew in your heart, and that's nice. But you're not really a good Jew in your heart. If you were, you do. That's how he explains. So you have to work. What do you mean? It's so close to you. How close is it? He said, you don't understand. You're right. He said, because you want to get the kedusha of even Teresh Baksav, you want to get the kedusha of all these beautiful things. Holiness takes hard work. It's not so much. So he said, mitzad, from the side of what Hashem did, he made a person straight, right? From that particular inyan, if you can reconnect in whatever way to your yashrus, your straightness, your honesty, your connection, it's who you really are. You can get to the real place, and then it's easy. You have to get back to that place, and that's of course what Shabbos does. What he says there, that's what Shabbos does. Shabbos reconnects us, reboots, pushes us, totally change. All the strange, wonky stuff, goes away. Now it's new. Why is it new? What happened? Okay, so I don't know about the technology why, but for us, because really that's who we really are. So we reconnect, right? So he said, you have to know in general. He said all the mitzvahs are done in machshava, dibur, and ma'aser, right? Right, so you have these three elements. He said, even if you can't actually do, desire also does. To really get your heart into it, that's also as if you did, because you can't. He said, through speaking, as if you did also. That's why it says a person of Jews who delves into the Torah of Chattas, as if he brought a Chattas and Oila, right? As if the Kohen brought it. Now, of course, that's not literally as if the Kohen brought it. That's the raya of. I actually saw this in the Babsh Rebbe says. Very nice raya. He's a lot of strong. When he talks in Yoni Nigla, he has a lot of strong. He's got some very super strong Torah. People don't know this. He's got really good Torah. Sometimes it's machshava, sometimes it's more Nigla, but he's the real deal. He's very, very strong. So he said like this. He said the Gemara says that Rishmuel Kohen Gadol has a diyun b'chlaz, a discussion. Was it Rishmuel Kohen Gadol really? Who was this exactly? It should have been much earlier. No, was it a Kohen Gadol named Yishmael? Who was this? It was the Tanya called Rishmuel Kohen Gadol. He said to his friends, the Chachamim, there's no need to not learn by a lamp, by a light, for fear that he'll tilt the lamp to make the light work better and transgress the Yisur Shabbos. Because no one's going to do that. Chacham said, no, while you're engrossed in learning, you could forget. You do it the whole week, you'll do it on Shabbos too, and then you did Yisur Chatas. Remember it's Shabbos, remember it's also on Shabbos. So he did the learning, and he did it. Happened to him. And he said, "Oh my goodness! Now see how smart my friends are." And he wrote in his pinkas, in his little notebook, "I will bring a fat chatas to the Beis Hamikdash." So, Baba Rebbe says, why didn't he just learn the Torah of? It said learning is ki'ilu you brought the chatas. He says ki'ilu is not mamish bringing chatas to it. It's ki'ilu. It's as if you did, but it's not mamish. You don't have a chayiv chatas if you learn it. He said, no, because he wrote down because he could have learned it. It's not because he didn't learn it. He learned it, but that's not enough. You have to bring it also. You have to bring it. That's clear. You can't be. But still, it's a bechina of as if you did it. You know, of learning. That also does. So that's the idea of these different inyanim. In your heart, in your lave, right? And then you end up doing your zocha to do. Now Rosh Hashana. He says, Rosh Hashana, a person is judged on children, life, and parnasa. He says children. It says that Sarah, Rachel, and Chana became mothers on Rosh Hashana. Right? They conceived on Rosh Hashana. Right? They were answered in Rosh Hashana. They died on Rosh Hashana, that's when they were answered. Right? Chaye, life, it says there's 3 sperm opened. That's why we have the Tosefes and the Tefillah. What do we say in the Tefillah? Cher lechaim, cher lechaim tovim, right? This is what we say. So we're remembering the fact that Hashem gave Chiyas to Rishon on the first day, and He gives us Chiyas all times. That's the other Inyan. I'll just quickly digress a drop. The Book of Chaim says, so beautiful. He says, what is behind the melacha of not writing on Shabbos? He said, when a person writes, especially the amount that you're not allowed to write, those 2 letters or whatever it is, he said, you wake up these sfarim. He says, 3 sfarim always open. So on Rosh Hashanah especially, these 3 sfarim are open for the whole year, and sometimes many years. Like the Chayadim brings, and the sfarim bring, the Chayadim bring that the judgment of Rosh Hashanah could be a year, the whole year, or many years. It's not passion, but it's serious judgment. The judgment every day on some level. He said, when a person writes, he's arousing this inyan of this writing above. The parallels of writing above this farm, with these 3 sfarim, especially Sefer Shayim. He said, we don't want to wake that up on Shabbos. We don't want to deal with din on Shabbos. So you can't write. I thought it was very beautiful. It really spoke to me. I like his Mahalach is very, very much wonderful. He's very wondrous things to say. So anyway, that's the other, right? So we did children, we did life. And then Mazayni, he said, right, so Mazayni, because on the Rishon, Hashem said on Rishon, I gave you all the vegetables in the field to eat, right? Because that was, again, he was born, of course, on Rosh Hashanah, as we know, first day of Rosh Hashanah. And he blew it with the fruit, and then we had to wait till Shmini Atzeres to make the ticket. He needed it, it's taking us time, we're still working on it. He said, but, what's Banai Chayim Mazayai? What does that depend on? What determines children, life, and livelihood? He says, the Gemara Moikotin says, it's not a matter of schus, it has to do with mazla. So why do we say that Rosh Hashanah, they judge a person, especially these 3 things? He said, it says there's mazla, that doesn't mean you don't need to daven for Banei Chayim Mazayai. Yeah, he said, but they're totally the mazla with the shorish of a neshama of a person. There's certain things you can get, certain things you can't get, and of course we know that Banai also has to do with chidush Torah, also do with doing good ma'asim, like Chachamim say, tos nefesh tzadikim ma'aseh matayvim, and chidush Torah is a bechina of Banai, right? Chayai also is a bechina of holy vitality, and Mazayna is a bechina of giving the neshama also this inyan of mazon for the neshama. So it's not. There's also spiritual things, but you also want to get to a place where you're also zoche in begashmish all of these things. Just a little bit with Tzadok on Netzavim and on Rosh Hashana. It says that the books are open for the Chaim and for Mason. People died also. We did as repercussions also after 120, because what a person did, that determines, that keeps moving on. That determines where a person's place is. So if you did something good, so things are very good. This is that's good. It could be bad. Depends on what comes out of that. And that, of course, the Baditchever. One time he was in din. He had a Hashana. He went on high and he saw this soul being judged. And apparently he really hadn't done much of anything good. He did a lot of bad. And what he had done is that one time he gave a coin to a family. And this family bought a loaf of bread. The loaf of bread literally saved them from starvation, and they all survived because of him. So there was a question: does he get all their merits or not? I mean, he wasn't the best guy. On the other hand, his loaf of bread did actually save all their lives. He gave a pruta, whatever, big deal. So Richard said, of course he gets all the credit. What are you talking about? Zichar, what's the question? She said, oh, just wait. He brought somebody else. And this guy did a tremendous ton amount of good. But he one time stole money. He needed money for something, and he took a coin. And he didn't realize that was poor man's coin was his last coin. And he literally didn't buy bread, and his whole family died. So he said, oh, now this guy, yeah, he did a lot of good, ton of good, that's great, but he killed these people. So he says, no, he didn't mean it. He just meant to prove the garnish. So the good, for good, of course you credit no matter what he was thinking. He did the good, but this guy didn't mean to do the bad. See, he kind of graded it, so we want to be zocha to the meaning of understanding that what we do, how we act, it has repercussions. Very, very important with this place. It has repercussions. And it's important this fun, especially at Rosh Hashana, there's a need to be by Kibbutz Tzadikim, because you want to get what's called an ibur. An ibur means you want to get a spark of the Neshama, the Tzaddik in you to be able to help you throughout the year. Because the Rizal says that that's one of the best ways to have tzlacha is to bring in these sparks and hold on to these sparks. So it's a person that has a koyach that becomes a totally different koyach. That's what Rosh says, a person who's not zoicha to go to Uman or whatever it is, he says, the place where you should go, where you get or on every Rosh if you can. Hashem Yazor, Hashem tells me zoicha to the honor of this holy nitzots, to remember Bana Echayim Azoni, when you daven, when you be zoicha. And Natali, generally speaking, in Schus, he's telling Mazla, the Sherish of the Neshamas. Nevertheless, we have to be zocha. We have to bring it down, especially in spiritual needs, and also to remember to daven, to learn, and to at least yearn, and to do what we can, and to realize that everything's in our hands. That really we're yasher. We are complete. We're who we're supposed to be. We're pristine, perfect. The kind of shamash is not to be tohirahi. Kochayis v'daik. Tohirahi. You're Torah. That's who you are. However, I have to work to get to that place, and that's what Rosh Hashanah is about. That's what we're saying. Amelech, Amelech, Amelech. Why? Because we want to get back to the place of other Hashem B'das Yosher. We want to reacquaint ourselves with that part of us, which is the real me.